your right, you have head coach John Vesco, midfielder Jojo Marasco, attacking Kevin Rice, and defenseman Brian McGill. We'll start with a short statement from coach and then open it up for questions. John, are you ready?
Well, I thought it was Notre Dame was the team we expected. They're so stingy defensively. And, you saw it, especially in the first half. We had to work really hard to get our shots off. And the goalie showed why he was a first-team All-American in the first half. Today, in the second half, we were fortunate. We were able to come out with a man-up situation. We scored right away. And I think that kind of gave us a little spark, a spark that we needed offensively. And started getting our shots, started putting more shots on goal, putting more pressure on the goaltender. And I thought our attack did a nice job inside too, with Kevin and Dylan looking for each other. Derek absorbed a man, and the whole group, really worked in. I thought they did a nice job. And the defense of that was stingy all day. The whole team like that to one goal in the second half was great for our cause. And that was a reward. We could probably play them on Thursday night. So good win for Cuse, and we got to get ready to play them again.
Questions for Syracuse?
Coach, you got to play him again. What are you doing differently to penetrate that defense?
Well, I'm not sure we're going to do anything differently. We have to have some options. You come off a win, and the tendency is to not evaluate the other team, because whatever you did last time worked. And I think we can't do that as coaches. I think we have to have a plan B ready. I think, vice versa. I think they're going to look at the film, see what they did right and wrong, and they're going to make adjustments going into the next game. So we've got to be ready for that. And mentally, we've got to get that edge back going into this game, because it's really difficult to play a team that you just beat, to play them a few days later. It's a mental challenge for us as coaches and players.
Coach, second half, only one goal allowed. Quite a feat, even with someone like Kavanaugh on that offense for Notre Dame. How are you guys able to shut them down?
Well, I thought they individually did a pretty good job, and then they did get some opportunities. I thought Dom played very well in the second half. He made some big saves for us, and took away any kind of spark they could have got to get going. So I think it was good defensive effort and some great individual play on his part in the second half, and our offense played well and just kept putting pressure on them, putting pressure on their defense.
Kevin, it seems like you have a great chemistry with Dylan Donahue. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, Dylan and I are both from the local area high schools, and we played together in the Empire State games, and we played together a lot in high school, and I think it's showing now.
Kevin, it seemed like it was somewhat frustrating for you just getting around the cage for most of the game. What happened in the fourth? Could you kind of just sense you were just wearing down those guys on beats here in the zone, all fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think we're in really good shape as a team. We worked really hard in the fall and preseason on our conditioning, but I think also it was sort of a mindset change at halftime. We talked about being more aggressive and getting after the goal a little bit and trying to put more pressure on the defense instead of letting them dictate the game.
What did they do? What did they do specifically just in the first half, first 3 quarters to kind of keep you guys away from the...
Yeah, they play a really different brand of defense than most teams do. It's man-to-man, but there's some zone principles. They zone up down low, and it's tough to get much penetration against them. And I think as the game went on, they sort of wore down, and we were able to just keep grinding and eventually open up some opportunities.
Yeah, we had that one goal that was called off right at the end of the third quarter. Did that kind of spark you guys and made your adrenaline going a little bit? Because obviously you weren't happy with the call.
Yeah, I think so. Anytime you think you score and some sort of call or whatever takes it away, it definitely gets you going a little bit.
So it seemed like he had 3 goals in the last 2 games. What have you been doing to fill it?
Yeah, I think it's all coming together for him. He's really he's playing relaxed out there. In the first quarter, he's just kind of dodging just to dodge, and then coach spoke to him, a couple other guys, and told him these guys can't cover you with your speed, and he really went hard to the net, and he's finally seeing the field a lot better offensively, and he's taking some great shots, and that second line is really coming together, and when they produce, I don't really see a team beating us this year, and it's been pretty solid right now for us.
Brian, only one goal in the second half. What were you guys able to do to shut them down?
We were preparing for them all week. We knew what they were going to throw at us, and you got to give your hats off to Dom. There were many times where it easily could have been a 2-goal swing the other way, but Dom came up and was standing on his head most of the game, and especially I think in the third or fourth quarter we were man down a couple times. He made 2 doorstop saves, and they were huge. And hats off to him. But we were all playing really well. The communication was there this week. All our legs were rejuvenated from the last month or so with those 5 games and whatever how many days. And being able to get a week off, rest the legs, get back into the weight room, hit the ice bath, it really paid dividends down the stretch.
And any new emotions running through your head as this is your last regular season game for Syracuse?
No, because this game's over. You got to look forward. There's a lot more games that we're going to play as a team. This one, it's the last one. 4 long years, but I didn't even think about it until you just said it. So I'm looking forward to the future with these guys and what the rest of the Syracuse season has to offer. And we got Notre Dame on Thursday.
And to beat them on Thursday, what does the defense have to do differently?
I think there were a couple of goals that they had that we could have stopped. I think there was one where I think it was Westy Hopkins came on the inside and did a little inside roll on our D midi or shorty, and I think we got to do a better job sliding there. And I think if we slide there, we get in his face and he doesn't score that goal. There's a couple times that happened, but we made adjustments for it in the second half. And if we just come out and play the way we played today, communicate, and play as one, we're gonna do just fine.
Kevin, did you feel like they were making mistakes at all defensively in the fourth quarter to help you guys, or was it just stuff that you were doing that started working?
I think we got found ourselves in a couple of favorable situations. I got a short stick on me behind a couple times, which is a good matchup, and they looked a little eager to slide. And Dylan's a great off-ball player, and I think he found himself open a lot. I think it was more of us just getting a little sharper than them making too many mistakes.
Your 2 assists to Dylan pretty much in the exact same play. Is that something you saw you could exploit there?
Yeah, we talked about that sort of situation actually earlier in the week when we were scouting them about how they like to play and slide from behind, and so I definitely had that in the back of my mind before the play started that Dylan might be the open guy.
Jojo, is there a sense of relief that you guys were able to get the offense going and finally win a game by more than just 1 goal?
Yeah, playing all those close games is a tough thing on our body and our team, and to come out here in the second quarter being down 3-1 and for our offense to really come together and take some great shots and a great goaltender was a great feeling. And then to kind of put them away in the fourth quarter was just to see these guys step up like that. Kevin making great passes and guys that we need goals from like Hakeem Leckie and Scott Loy. It's just great for our offense moving forward.
Jojo, you're typically the guy that the offense kind of runs through, but Kevin obviously took over that role tonight. What does that mean to be able to step up like that?
Yeah, throughout the season we've had some guys that make big plays, and it's going to continue to happen. And to see Kev really come into his own behind the net, and he knows when to take advantage of his defenseman, or if he gets a short stick, and he has a great rollback, and he made some great feeds at DD today, and to see him put some in the net too is just it's great. We have a great all-around offense. We play real unselfish, and it's starting to come together for us coming playoff time.
Time for 2 more questions.
Coach, during the week you said that even though Scout would have played against Georgetown, you said you didn't think he was 100% yet. What did you see from him tonight?
Well, I think he and the whole team, having the whole week to prepare and rest. We had some film on Sunday after the game, and we took Monday off, and we were able to get the guys rested from that long stretch. And these guys are really good on their own, accessing film and trying to get to know their opponent. And, so I think we just came in with a game plan. I think we followed it, especially defensively, and we were finally able to crack that defense in the second half. And they were just healthier going in. Having Scott back was big because we had bumped Schoonmaker up into the first group, and it's a good move. But the first group, reacted pretty well to it. But now that throws the second group off because you got to bring somebody in to replace Schoonmaker. So having Lloyd back, I think we were comfortable offensively with both lines of middies, and having Leckie get 2 big goals like that was huge for us.
Last question.
Just for all you guys, just heading into next week, I feel you're just a better conditioned team. You can outgas these guys for 4 quarters.
Yeah, for sure. Our strength coach, Matt, we haven't been able to run and get the legs out in the last couple weeks, and this week he's able to get us out there and run some full field sprints and loosen up the legs and get the oxygen pumping. And it pays dividends down the stretch. I mean, we have a rigorous off season in the fall, and early spring we probably run 3 to 4 practices a week, and it pays off coming down the stretch. And every game you just feel yourself getting stronger and stronger when other teams start dying.
John, Kevin Corrigan said that it was a very poor performance and that they were bad all night long. What kind were you expecting out of them going into tonight's game?
Well, I think they're going to raise the level of their play, and like I mentioned earlier, the thing we have to guard is that they're going to look at the film, they're going to make adjustments, and I think a lot of teams and coaches, when you come off a win like this, you're going to go into that next game and not have to change anything. And like I said, we've got to be prepared, and these guys know that they can play better, and you know, I give some credit to our defense and our offense for coming alive in the second half also on that.
All right, guys, thank you.